This week, in Mitzvah Hashem, we're going to read Parshas Shkalim. A very exciting time as Rosh Chodesh Adar approaches. The Mishnah from the Mishnayos in both Maseches Rosh Hashanah and Maseches Shkalim, one will get the impression that the collection of money for the Beis HaMikdash has nothing to do with Purim. It's because as Nisan approaches, it's time for the Beis HaMikdash to collect more money, new money, for the Karbanos HaTzibur, and the time to announce that people need to donate their money is at the beginning of Adar, to give people time to collect money for the Beis HaMikdash. But there's no intrinsic connection to Purim. However, we find Chazal in Maseches Megillah Yud Gimel Amud Beis tell us that the Shkalim are intrinsically related to the Nes of Purim. That Haman told Achashverosh that he will pay Achashverosh 10,000 kikar kesef in exchange for the right to exterminate the Jews. And the Gemara comments that HaKadosh Baruch Hu foresaw this plan of Haman and he preceded it. He told us, he gave us the mitzvah of collecting shkalim so that our shkalim should come first. So the shkalim of Haman are negated by our shkalim. And the question, of course, is what is the relationship? What does one have to do with the other? Chazal are telling us that Parshas Shkalim, the collection, the yearly collection of shkalim at the beginning of Chodesh Adar, is not just happenstance that it's the same month as Purim, but is intrinsically related to the Nes of Purim. What are Chazal trying to tell us? So perhaps the explanation of Chazal is as follows. The Maral tells us in the beginning of Parshas Truma that in the collection of money for the Mishkan and Lodoros and the Beis HaMikdash, so when we spend our money for the Beis HaMikdash, among the other important qualities of spending money for a mitzvah, and most specifically spending money for the Beis HaMikdash, among others we accomplish something very special, which is when we spend money, we demonstrate where our ratzon lies. For example, when Klal Yisrael did the Chet HaEgel, what made that Chet so terrible, not only did they worship Avodah Zarah, not only did they ascribe qualities to the Avodah Zarah, did they believe in the Avodah Zarah, but they even spent their money. That they collected their gold and they gave it to Aaron HaKohen. There are things that a person could enjoy doing. There are things that a person could believe are the right thing to do, but he still won't do them because they cost money. A person could have a good friend who lives far away. He might enjoy spending time with that friend. He might understand it's right to spend time with that friend, that it's good for the friend. But to actually shell out the money, to actually spend that money is an extra step that a person may not do. When a person spends that money, he shows that he is emotionally invested. He's so interested in that course of action that he will even spend his money on it. When Klal Yisrael spent money on the Chet HaEgel, they demonstrated how much they were invested emotionally in seeing that Egel come to life. In our example, when a person buys that plane ticket to go visit that long-lost friend, that faraway friend, he's demonstrating how important the relationship is to him. The kapara that we needed after the Chet HaEgel was to build a Mishkan. Part of that kapara was not only to build a Mishkan, not only to enable there to be a Mishkan, a place for HaKadosh Baruch Hu's Shekhinah to rest, but to demonstrate how much we wanted it, to demonstrate our ratzon that we would pay money. We're willing to pay money, we're willing to invest our money, we're willing to emotionally invest in that Hashras HaShekhinah, in HaKadosh Baruch Hu joining us in a Mishkan. In Lidoros, every year in Adar, Rosh Chodesh Adar is the time when the announcement goes out, come make another investment, come demonstrate again how important it is to you to have a mikdash, how important it is to you to have an avodas karbanos, how important it is to you to have to serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The collection of the shkalim is therefore the expression of Klal Yisrael's ratzon that we want HaKadosh Baruch Hu's hashras hashchina in our midst. Haman attempts to destroy Klal Yisrael, but our prior commitment to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our expression of love, our investment of our emotional love for HaKadosh Baruch Hu in the form of our shkalim, that takes precedence. That love is an unbreakable bond that can never be severed, even with Haman's carefully laid plans. When we read Parshas Shkalim, every year, as we read Parshas Shkalim, is an opportunity to understand the power of using our money, and the power of expressing our emotional commitments, the power of our expressing our avas Hashem and our investment in avodas Hashem. And in that expression, Be'ez Hashem, we understand why we were zoche to be saved in the time of Purim, and we understand what it takes, Be'ez Hashem, to be zoche to the geula of Mashiach Tzidkenu.